Okay, I got something so wonderful to share with you. And also, first to start off with, there has been a fast called for the next 3 days, starting President's Day 19, 20, and 21. Fast as strict as you're able to handle, okay? Partial fast is fine. Most people can't go solid without food, but those who can, or skip one meal a day or 2 meals of the day, um, Amanda Grace, I don't listen to her, but someone sent me a video of her calling for the fast. And when she was talking, the Lord just, my spirit bear witness with it. We are to be fasting for the turnaround. Major changes to start now, to expose the enemy for what it is, to stop them in their tracks, to turn around. Remember, I had that vision of the Lord when I was live once. I was given a word, and I saw him flipping tables. And 2 days later, the bills that concerned those with no voice was turned around. You got to be careful what you say. And so it's already started, but we have some major exposing that God needs to do and major changes that need to be done according to his will. And this is what I want you to pray for. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, fast as much as you can and as strict as you can, okay? Well, anyway, this morning I was in with the Lord. I'm still going to go back into the Lord. I notice he's starting to move me just to go live the minute he talks, which I love. And I was finding a song to worship. I always tell him, what would you like me to sing to you? And when I worship him, I always sing about him, his goodness, his holiness, whatever, or how I long for him. I'm desperate for him, that kind of stuff, because it brings him glory. It's not about what he can do for me. It's about me doing for him. It's about me worshiping and giving him reverence. Well, anyway, I was singing a song he brought up to sing. And I've had a heavy heart. And as I was singing it, I got to this one part, and all of a sudden his spirit fell on me, and he brought back my faith. I've been burdened, quite burdened, and about some things. And here's what he said. And I'm telling you, and he wants me to share it. Why? Because he's no respecter of person. You're also one of his children. And those of you who are burdened, either financially, either relationships, jobs, whatever it is. I've done some counseling this weekend with someone who's having to walk away from their job and is really struggling, okay, and is very burdened. All right, God has this for you. And this is what it said. You are merciful and tender to my tears. You have carried all my cares, not part, all my cares. You have felt all that I feel. All right, so pain, emotional, everything. So when I fall back into a troubled soul, you're starting to get double-minded. You're starting to lose faith. You're starting to not know what might happen, all right? You remind me who I am, and you come so close. And when I started to sing that in the song, and the song is called, I think it's called just Holy, Singing Holy. Let me take a look. It's by Aaron Keys. You can look it up. Aaron Keys, Crying Holy, okay? So I'm going to read it to you again. You are merciful and tender to my tears. You have carried all my cares. You have felt all that I feel. So when I fall back into a troubled soul, you remind me who I am, and you come so close. And that just brought my faith and hope all the way back up again. So, it doesn't matter who you are or how close in God you are or where you're at in your walk. Everyone will have a moment where you start to question, is this going to work out? Is everything going to be okay? But I'll tell you something, God is always on the throne. God knows exactly what you're going through, what trouble you're having. Like the person I'm talking about who has to walk away from a job. I spoke to them and said, look, what you're doing is the right choice for what you need to do. Let God be God. He can turn around and get you another job just like that. And as a matter of fact, the job she had, because she has 2 jobs, the job she had offered her some more time. And she had another place that offered her a job that she didn't even apply to. God will take care of you. God will take care of you. And sometimes it gets tough. it'll get tight. And you're thinking, how am I going to make it? But God allows it to be so that it's done His way, His timing, and that builds your faith. If God handed everything to you on a silver platter, you'd have no faith. Okay, you just expect it. It's kind of like, so sad to say, a lot of people are these days self-entitled. God will allow you to struggle so that your faith is stretched. Your faith is, God is showing me like a working out, building your legs. You're working your faith. You're working your spiritual walk and growing in Him. But He will take care of you. And there's some of you with jobs that are, on kind of a situation that you could lose them, or that you are going to need to lose them, or that you have to move. Maybe you're trying to sell your house. There's someone I know counseling that's been just desperate to sell their house, and God is moving, and God gave that person a word about the house and about the sale, what He wants her to do. God is still on the throne, guys. There is nothing impossible with Him. But don't put Him in a box at the same time, because whatever it is, if you put it in your mind, it has to be done a certain way, a certain time, whatever it is, then you're gonna limit His ability and hands to move forward. Will He do? Many times He'll do things just out of His great mercy, and not by our faith. But that also builds our faith, because we see how kind and merciful He is. So I just wanted to tell you this. I really felt led by God to share this. It builds your faith when God reminds you who you are and who He is, and that He's in control. And do you know, one day when I had the ministry of Women United in One Heart, we had a lot of women, and we had a lot of people hurting. There's more people hurting than not, for whatever reason. And when I was ready to leave one day, and before I did, I don't know if I had gone live, or I just got done doing a service, or whatever it was. But I remember suddenly God said, go back and tell my women that I feel everything they feel, as if I was them. All right. And if you noticed in this song, how beautiful, let me bring it down here so I can read it to you again. Where is it? Okay, you are merciful and tender to my tears. Do you know there's not a time that God has not come to my aid when I was at my worst? And it says, you have felt all that I feel. There it is, right there. God feels exactly what you're feeling emotionally, physically. If you're in a lot of pain and suffering, if you're emotionally very distraught and downtrodden, God feels that. Jeannie, God just brought up your name. I pray in the name of Jesus right now for comfort and peace to touch Jeannie. I thank you, Holy Father, for lifting her up, for helping this time of struggle to be at ease, to be easy on her, God. I thank you for whatever time of sorrow, God, that you will lift her up and bring her joy and peace in the name of Jesus Christ. So guys, I just want you to remember that, and don't forget to fast starting tomorrow. Don't forget to fast. I need you to really, grow in God, because we have a lot of stuff that's going to be happening and coming. Most of it good, but some not so good. So I want you to build your faith, and just remember these lyrics. He's merciful and tender to your tears, and He feels everything you feel, and He is on it. He's not going to leave you. You have carried all my cares, every single one of them. That means all, not just in part, only the ones He picks. He cares about every single aspect and area of your life. So I love you. I will see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central. If you have any prayer requests, please email all prayer requests to wfgprayerrequest@yahoo.com. Don't do it anywhere else, because I might forget where they were and who sent them. And when you go there, I always go there and get all the prayer requests. So it's wfgprayerrequest@yahoo.com. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow night.